The challenger on today's show, Al Lacey of Lynn. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and I guess you know by now that this program is on videotape, and we do our taping right here at Sammy White's Brighton Bowl, sometimes several weeks before you actually watch the show. It's always 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, with total pinfall determining our winner. Now, to that winner goes a handsome marble-based trophy from the Ace Trophy Company of Boston. The runner-up receives a smaller but otherwise identical version from the Ace Trophy Company to indicate he was a participant on the show. And in the front, in the foreground there, you see the prize that goes to our Yellow Pages Marksman of the Day. We have guaranteed prize money of at least $1,000. $700 of that goes to the winner. $300 goes to the runner-up. And the other opportunities for our bowlers to enrich themselves, well, take, for example, our high-low jackpot, the 1-7-10. That's now worth $850. Winner gets first try at that. If he doesn't hit it, then the runner-up. And if neither hits it, we add $25 and do that every week till somebody walks away with whatever has accumulated. For a 400 series, there's an extra bonus of $100. For 3 marks in a row in the same string, any combination of strikes or spares, that's $50 in bonus money. And as long as he can keep it going, each subsequent consecutive mark in that same string is worth $50. And for 3 strikes in a row, an additional bonus of $1,000. We'll be back with the first string of today's match right after this. Here's today's challenger, Al Lacey of Lynn. Good start. He has the 5 remaining. The kingpin. And he begins with a spare. We recall when Al came on our show, before he was married, came on as basically a honeymooner. And now Al is the father of 3. Okay, here is our defending champion, Jim Romani of Westfield. Jim won his title I was going to say last week, but the last time the men were on, which of course was 8 weeks ago. Pretty shot. He rolled a 350 and defeated Craig Holbrook. Strike. Great start. We've got nothing but smudges up on the board. Now Al Lacey going for some bonus money. He's working on it. There, he's got an 8 drop. Time call by Ralph Stewart, our love line judge and referee, and he wants to check on that piece of wood. It does look like it is up here beyond the deadwood line. He waits for it to stop rolling. And now clears it. He'll get a hand for that. For 3 in a row for Al Lacey. Yes, he has $50 in bonus money. We're off to a flying start. Bonus. Oh, almost. Looks like 4 in a row. Yes, he has it. $100 in bonus money and nothing but marks up on the board. Now Jim Romani, who's working on a strike. First bonus ball for Jim Romani. Oh, ball. Too bad. It just wouldn't go. Oh, what a try by by Jim Romani. A great try. Oh, yes. Beautiful effort. And he picks off the 7-pin for a 10. That ball just drifted off to the right as he missed the head pin. Oh, that's close to another mark. So Lacey will have a chance to add substantially to his lead. A 10 for Jim Romani, and the score at the end of 4 here in the first string is challenger Al Lacey of Lynn. 62 with a bonus ball to throw, and Jim Romani of Westfield 59. Lacey now, and he's going for 5 marks in a row. He has 4 in a row. All right. Got a little break there. He had a spread eagle. Now he's going to work on that 3-pin and try to get the wood to go over there to get the 4 and the 7. Let's see whether he can do it for 5 marks in a row. No. He played it the other way. He tried to play the piece of wood to come back and get the 3-pin. Okay, 4 marks in a row, $100 in bonus money. Oh, pretty shot for the 10. A pretty shot. Now he just hit himself on the head as much as to say, why? Why didn't I play it the other way with the 3 as the object pin? Almost. Oh, is he hot right now? Al's high single is 197. His high triple is 469. Going for a spare. He's got it. And only 1 frame open. And in that one, he had a 10. Now Jim Romani, who is our defending champion from Westfield. Jim trailing in the match at the moment by 10. But considering the way that Al Lacey has been banging down the pins, it's a wonder he isn't further behind. All right, he's got 3 successive 10s after starting out with a spare and a strike. That hits the football line and just plain bounced out of the way. Pretty shot. Nice shot for his 10. Now Al Lacey, who has a spare up on the board and has a superb string going, already at 89 in the 6th, plus this. At 5, 94. That's in the 6th. Al Giglio is the man who's responsible for putting all those smudges up on the big board today. Bruce Goldman is working beside me. 2 full on the head pin for Al Lacey, the spread eagle. Nope. There's Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee. How do you like that fancy red sweater? Okay. An 8. 112. Now, Jim Romani has a chance. If he puts together a couple of marks here, he's been pinning superbly with a spare, a strike, and then 4 successive 10s. Now, he has a spread eagle to work with. Let's see if it's good. work the pawn. Another one wants to say it. Nice shot. As we told you in the past, you can tell really pretty much by looking at our defending champion, Jim Romani, that he's the son of Paul Romani, who's been on our show many times. There's a great family resemblance there. And his brother, Dave, has been on our show on several occasions. Also, his sister, between the Super Bowl and... Nice shot! Yes, all right. Very pretty shot for Jim Romani. Now Al Lacey for his final two frames here in the first string. Another opportunity of good spare lead. 6 and 10. Going for it, yes. Another mark, and that puts him at 122 in the ninth. Here's the bill. Half was to right, just 2. 124. $132. $133. Now he just banged the fist into his palm. And what he basically was saying, that's what Jim chops out 2 for half was to right. But Al was basically saying, I'm sure to himself, was, boy, you were off to such a flying start with 4 straight and 5 out of the first 6. You really should have had closer to 150 than 133. $110. Jim Romani's league average is 121. His high single 185. His high triple 482. Lacey's league average 122, and I told you his high single 197. His high triple 469. Al had a 703 in winning his roll-off, and remember, these are 5-string numbers. Jim Romani had a 652 in winning his. Oh, so close. So close. Okay, so Jim's league average is 121, and he finishes with a 120. The score at the end of 1 here is our challenger, Al Lacey of Lynn, 133. Our defending champion, Jim Romani of Westfield, 120. Longer have our home viewing problems, but we do have our home viewer jackpot. And right now it's worth $150. You know how it works. You send in a card and you guess us. You tell us what you guess is going to be the total of the 2 3-string totals combined. And if you're within 10 either side of that, then you will receive the jackpot. But if your card is chosen, you're going to get a couple of prizes anyway. I'll tell you more about that. Well, we kind of flew through that first string with Al Lacey starting off with 4 marks in a row, and with Jim Romani starting off with a couple. So we'll slow down just a little bit in the middle string and stay on the same lane as our defending champion, Jim Romani, will lead it off. Jim?
All right, let's go now. Bring it up. There you are.
There's a spare lead for Jim Romani. And the spare. After alternating things for such a long time, when we go to a slightly slower way of staying on the same lane, sometimes it's difficult for a bowler to remember it, and that's quite understandable, because they're concentrating on knocking down the pins. 5 was the fill. Number 1 pin still there. Jim is single, and he works as a welder for Bryant Manufacturing, and obviously is representing his dad's place, the Westfield Bowling Center. Al Lacey works in maintenance at the Lucky Strike lanes. And guess what lane he's representing? Okay, there's the kingpin all by itself. Al has it. Spare to start off. In case you just joined us, Al rolled a 133 opening string. I just heard a small little voice back there saying, "Come on, Dad." Big 8. He'd love to have seen that 10 go down, but he's going to work on the 3 and the 10. It's a little delicate, this shot, but let's see if he can do it. No. So Al picked up 4 pins on our defending champion, Jim Romani. Spare leave again, and this is the same spare that he made in the first frame. And again, he gets it. Here's the bonus. And it's a strike for Jim Romani. A slow motion strike, but it's there. That puts him at 54 with 2 bonus balls to throw. Now Al Lacey. Al, today's challenger. That one, he pulled it just a little bit too much. Al's first appearance on our show was back in 1971. That will be, doesn't seem possible, but that will be 11 years this coming July. Amazing. Where does it go? He lost to another good bowler from that area, Jim Barber. Almost said a good barber from that boat. Here's the spare leave. Al came on again in 1974. Now the score at the end of 4 here in the second string as Al Lacey sits over next to Jim Romani is Al Lacey, our challenger from Lynn, 47 with a bonus ball to throw. Jim Romani, defending champion from Westfield, 54 with 2 bonus balls to throw. Strike up on the board. First bonus ball. All right. Now the 3 and the 6. Just getting angry at himself for having missed it. And shaking his head as much as to say, look how easy that was. If you had just done that the time before, then you would have yourself another mark. All right, he's looking at the same spare leave. The 3 and the 6. And this time he gets it. But it cost him $50 in bonus money, actually maybe $100 in bonus money by missing it in the 5th frame. Now Al Lacey is working on a strike. 2 good Candlepin bowlers. Same spare leaving, and that's 3 times in a row we've seen the 3 and the 6 up there. Yes. Beautifully done. Now Lacey waits for the pin setter. And we'll see whether he adds another $50 in bonus money. Two full on the head pin. Just 3. Pretty 10. Good shot as Al leaves and Jim comes up. Our director, as always, is Phil Rubin. And today, Joanne Panto is not here as our secretary and statistician. Don Riley is filling in for her. Two full, but actually he would rather miss it that way. No one likes to miss, but if you're going to miss, at least you know you came right in on the middle pin of a triangle. And either side of that makes that, ordinarily. Jim rolled a 120 opening string. In case you're curious, he's now at 98 after 7. And he has a chance for another. On the left-hand side, the 3 pins that are standing are the 2, the 4, and the 7. Nope. $10. 108. All right, Al Lacey. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, but the 7. First of all, it was just delight in seeing the 10 go down. Then he was going to be left with the 2, 4, and the 7. And the 2 went down, the 4, and the 7 has just gone down. That puts him at 88. He'll add to that 88 with this next ball. As soon as those pins are set, he's ready to fire. Here he goes. Thin hit. Just 3. An unusual 3. Okay, he'll be still paying off the 3 pin. Beautifully done. That was his object pin, and he got just about as many as you could expect to get. 10. Six pins separating our bowlers in the match. Right now, Jim Romani leading this second string by 7. And just what he did not want was a chop out. Right down the middle, took out the 1, the 5, and the 9. So he'll go for the 4 on the left. Try to make this an 8. Well, 8 it is. Not exactly the same 8 that he expected. 116. Almost a strike. Almost the 10 pin to pick up as soon as that wood rolls over the way. You can see that there's a piece of wood which he probably will use in order to make the 10. He did. $126. for an 8, 9, or 10 just as soon as these pins are set. Instead, he gets a thin hit. Just 3. 129. Now Lacey is at 101. Missed the head pin, but he's in pretty good shape for a spare because of that wood that's up against the 10. That gives him a much bigger target now. But he had to hit the 1. Pretty 10. We are seeing some nice bowling, aren't we? Too full on the head pin, almost a spread eagle. That's what makes this such a tough and challenging game, the fact that you can come right in on the head pin. Oh, what a try by Al Lacey. You can come right in, smack dab in the middle on that number 1 pin, and you don't get a strike. In fact, you can wind up with a tough split. And a 10, 121. And the score at the end of 2, as it's being put up on the board right now by Al Giglio, is just 5 pins separating our 2 excellent young Candlepin bowlers. Al Lacey, our challenger from Lynn, 254. Our defending champion from Westfield, Jim Romani, 249. One more time, I want to remind you that we have a new home viewer jackpot. And the way you participate is you send us a card, and guess what you think the combined total will be of both bowlers' 3 strings. For example, let's say somebody wins 351, 349. That gives us a total of 700, the 2 combined. Now, if you are within 10, first of all, if your card is chosen, but if you're within 10, and that means anywhere from 690 to 710, then you would win whatever was in our jackpot. Right now, this week, it's worth $150. And if we have an incorrect guess again, we'll add another $50. And we'll just keep doing that till one of you at home hits whatever has accumulated there. And, of course, as soon as your card is chosen, you are guaranteed at least a couple of prizes. Okay, just postcards only as we used to have it before. It's the same address, Candlepin Bowling, WCVB-TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, zip code number 02192. All right, let's get to the 3rd string of a good and exciting match, very competitive right now. 5 pins separating our bowlers, and the man who's in the lead is our challenger, Al Lacey from Lynn. That's the 5, the 6, and the 10 that he has to work on. He's studying it, making his decision. He's an experienced Candlepin bowler, and he knows what he wants to do. He tried to use that piece of wood to come in from left to right and almost did it. You can probably hear some of the remarks from the gallery, and they do appreciate when a man makes an excellent effort. The first time that Al won was the 3rd time he was on our show, and that happened to be in October of 1974. He beat John Stella. Almost a strike. He lost to Jim Barber the first time, lost to John Miller the second, then beat John Stella his 3rd time. Too bad. Turned out to be a roadblock. Okay, he has a pair of 10s. Now let's see what our defending champion, Jim Romani, does, trailing by 5. Jim's very first appearance on our show was last time. That was 8 weeks ago. We were off then, of course, as you know, for the 7 weeks that the ladies were on. Jim beat Craig Holbrook in his first appearance. Okay, he has the triangle plus the 7, left side. 2, 4, 5, and 7. And the 7 is still there. Took out the triangle.
Very good. Now come out with a mark.
Almost a strike. One pin to pick up. This is the 6th pin with wood. Too bad. He comes back walking very slowly and shaking his head disgustedly. Okay, we have no marks, but we have nothing but 10s up on the board, and it remains 5 pins separating our two bowlers, and we're down to 8 frames to go. Lacey, almost a strike. Single pin to pick up is the 4 for a spare. Yes, right on. First mark of the 3rd string. Two fulls. 5. Boy, nice try. Pretty bowling. I want to tell you, that is pretty bowling. Oh, really nice. Jim Romani has the 2, the 5, and the 7. Last time he had 2, 4, 5, and 7, and got the 2, 4, 5. Let's see if he can make this one. Nope, the 7 again. Nine. Every pin counts. Now he's fallen behind by 11. Just missed the head pin. Too bad. That hurt. What he was trying to do was to brush against the number 1, send it into the 2, and again he did it. That's a 4. Okay. Al has just now added 12 more to the 5-pin lead, so obviously he's up by 17. Now trying for another mark, trying to put this one away. He really wants to nail this one down. He can feel it. He feels that he has a chance to win it. 10. Lacey, today's challenger, in the lead and trying to add to that lead. Seven box. Jim Romani has 6 frames in order to do something. He got a break here in the fact that Al Lacey did not put a clincher on. He's rolling a 10 and a 7 instead of a pair of marks. Jim hasn't had a mark yet in the third string. Eight. Two more. He loses. He's down by 19. But he has 5 frames, and if he should get hot, he could pull it out. You know he's going to be trying to use that piece of wood. He's going to try to kick the wood over so it will get the 10, and then have the ball go into the other piece of wood and get the 7. Let's see if it works. Nope. He's down now to 4. 17, that's the lead. Al is being very aggressive, and he feels that he's got this thing won if he can just put it away. He feels very confident, and I have the feeling that Jim Romani does not right now. A 9. It's amazing the difference. We've had 4 excellent strings, and right now we've had only 1 mark by either bowler in the third. Here's a chance for another. And if Al gets this one, he could wrap it up. He did. Depending on what he gets for a spill. All right, now Jim Romani still has 4 frames to go, and obviously if he were to mark, he could pull this out. But it's almost as though he feels like, my luck has deserted me. I'm not getting the good leads or the good shots right now. There's the break. Now, who knows whether that will give him the confidence that he needs to feel like, hey, maybe my luck has changed. Now, Jim Romani, this is a bonus ball. 2 full on the head pin, just 5.
Over that 3 there. Take it over there.
Now down to just 2. H. And he's opposite a spare, however. So Al Lacey, remember, was leading by 5 coming into this third string. And right now, he has an opportunity to add 2 that leads considerably. Well, he added 7 more, and he has a chance for another mark. So he's up by 20. And that's no doubt about it now. Not when you can put a mark on top of a 20-pin lead in the 9th frame of the third string. Right. Oh, has he put this away or has he put this away? $50 more in bonus money. He's up to $150. And, of course, with 2 bonus balls, can add 50 more. All right. He gets these 4. It's worth $50. No. Okay. 126. 380. Jim Romani. That piece of wood, I think he can get by it all right. Nope.
Okay, let's wind up with a triple.
Next week's challenger is Rich Bognano of Weymouth with a sizzling average of 125. One more. Nope. Nine. And congratulations to the new champion. Okay, there you see our new champion. And his name is Al Lacey. So there it is. And the total, as you can tell, is 380 plus 340. 720 is going to be our winning number. 10 pins either side for our home viewer jackpot. Our high-low jackpot is worth $850, and we'll be back with both of those jackpots right after this. We have a brand new home viewer jackpot, and I'm delighted by the fact that so many of you like this idea that, you know, money accumulates a little bit, and you have a chance to walk off with a little bit more. As I've told you before, the way it works, in case you're seeing it for the first time, is we ask you at home to send in a card. And on that, we like you to guess what you think is going to be the total pinfall of the 2 bowlers' 3-string totals combined. Okay? Now, we know today that Al Lacey was the winner with a 380, and that the runner-up, Jim Romani, had a 340. And when you add 380 and 340, it comes out to 720. So that is going to be our magic number. However, we are giving you the opportunity to have 10 on either side. So if the guess is anywhere from 710 to 730, excuse me, then we will have a winner. But in addition to that, as soon as I pick out a card, that person is going to win these prizes.
The Toddy Coffee Maker, the cold water coffee maker that makes coffee to taste like fresh ground coffee smells. The Toddy Coffee Maker. And a Daisy Seal-A-Meal, compliments of Hollywood safflower oil, higher in polyunsaturates than other oils. Hollywood safflower oil contains no cholesterol from Hollywood Foods.
All right. You know that those prizes are going to go at least to somebody. Now let's stir these up just a little bit. All right. Now I'll go in here and find out who has won those prizes and who may win $150. Okay. There it is. Don't mean to keep you in suspense. All right, this is Arthur F. Green, Warren Street, Waltham, Massachusetts. And he has won those prizes. If he is between 7:10 and 7:30, he wins $150. He has guessed 7:36. Oh, yeah, missed by 6. So we had $50, and next week we will have $200 in our home viewer jackpot. All right, now we have a big jackpot here of $850 in our high-low jackpot. And so, Al Lacey, you pick a lane and fire away. $850. No, Jim Romani, still worth $850. Oh, baby! Ho, ho, ho. Nice try. All right, now we add $25 more. And next week when we come back again, this high-low jackpot is going to be worth $875, and our home viewer jackpot is going to be worth $200. Now, gentlemen, would you come on up here and collect some of your loot? Okay. Let's start with Jim, because Jim gets the smaller version of this. Well, listen, you were a champion for 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you only have one winner's trophy to go with all those weeks, and the runner-up. Must have been kind of unusual to be aside for all that time, but listen, the night you take it, you bet your life you'll take it. And the nice thing, too, is that, you know, with Dad, Paul being such a good bowler, and David being such a good bowler, I'm sure you felt pressure to come on here and win, which you did, and also to bowl well. And my congratulations to you. $300 also goes with that trophy from the Ace Trophy Company. You come back and see us again, will you, Jimmy? Okay, Al. I was just looking.
I got my partner with me, yeah.
Whoa! This number one?
That's little Albie, yeah.
You know, I was just talking to the folks that said that you came on here first when you were single, then you came on here right after you were married, and then all of us, that's okay, and now you've got 3, huh?
Yeah, been busy.
And working hard. What's his name?
That's Albie. Hi, Albie. Say hi,
For you.
And what's your name?
I'm Jason Day-Penny.
Jason, okay. Now, let me distribute some of this for you. There's your big trophy, and, of course, more important, with that goes 700 big ones. You know that. You are also our Yellow Pages Marksman of the Day, and you had $150 in bonus money, right?
Not a bad day.
Not that bad. Okay, you bring your best bowling along next week, because you've got a 122 average, and you know Rich Bognano of Weymouth has a 125. Should be a good match, okay?
I hope so.
And you join us, too. Next week, Don Gillis and the whole crew. Bye-bye, everybody.